Hi, I'm Robin Birkin, an ex-corporate marketer turned online business owner. I took everything I knew and created a six-figure life coaching business in the margins between nap times and a 9 to 5, and I'm here to share with you how you can do the same. Tune in as I share the raw and unfiltered truths, big lessons, and practical tips to help you build and grow a sustainable bread-winning business online that is both peaceful and profitable. Here, we dive deep into all things online courses, funnels, audience growth, and so much more. If that sounds like the things you want to learn, then welcome to Signature Online Course Secrets. Let's go.
So let's play a quick game of Have You Ever? And the question is, have you ever created or wanted to create products and services that everyone can afford? Or you've wanted to be really accessible in your business. Maybe you've thought of a low ticket membership. Maybe you have a signature program or a one-to-one coaching offer, and you have people give you the feedback that they can't afford that program or service. And therefore, you want to be able to create other programs and services or remodel your entire business to be able to be accessible to everyone. If that is you, if you answered yes to that question, this episode is for you, and it's going to be so incredibly helpful because, as the title says, being accessible is killing your business. If you have ever thought to yourself, I just want to be accessible so everyone can afford your products and services, or so you can impact more people in the world, stop. Because what might be happening is a bunch of money mindset stuff for you is actually killing your business. And today I'm going to tell you 4 reasons why I know that to be true. And you are not alone, because I have experienced this as well. When I had my fertility business, multiple times I would create lower priced offers for the purpose of being able to be affordable for everyone. And I learned this lesson the hard way, because I will always remember. So number one, and I'll speak about this, it stalled progress for my signature programs. But also number two, I remember once asking someone, well, what is the price that you would be able to afford? Because the program that I was promoting at the time was like a $20 workshop. And the reply started with these exact words: honestly, free. And that was the moment that I was like, hang on, some programs and products are never going to be accessible to people because they accept it for free. Being accessible is how long is a piece of string. Even today, so we've just come off the back of running our signature program bootcamp. It's been a 3-day experience. We still next week have a Q&A session and a masterclass, but each day over the last 3 days, I've gone live and helped everyone literally map out their entire signature program. What are you going to call your modules? What are your modules going to be about? How do you not include the kitchen sink in your program? What do you name your program? How do you make your program highly sellable? And what do you price your program at? That's all been in this free challenge that I've run. I have not done the whole thing where it's just been 3 days of fluff and, belief shifting. No, I've gone in the last 3 days and I have taught actual content from inside my program, Launch Easy Life. So we have just opened the doors to Launch Easy Life for only 7 days. So you're going to want to click onto the show notes below if you would like to map out your signature program, and not just map out a highly sellable hero signature program so that you can double your profits, reclaim your time, but also sell, launch it, and create it in a way that is so incredibly valuable for your Cloud9 clients. If you would like to learn how to launch, how to create an exceptional experience for clients, how to put together super powerful lead magnets, how to put together webinars, how to put together sales pages. So you can see that this is so relevant across almost any aspect of your business, especially if the business that you want to create is a signature model like what I run and teach. You're going to want to go to launcheasylife.com/course, or just click the link in the show notes below, because the doors are open now. Honestly, check it out. It's the most incredible program, and it's pretty much, as far as accessible goes, as accessible as I get outside of Black Friday. Not for Launch Easy Life. I launch other things, but if you would like to join Launch Easy Life, now's the time. The doors are open, and we only open the doors a couple of times a year. So let's say you are someone who's decided that you want to be accessible. Let's explore it. So maybe you've been hoodwinked online by these lower ticket offers, people selling $27 offers, and you see them in your Facebook feed all the time. Or you've seen these people on Instagram now, which is a kind of a different business model. And I'm going to speak to both, who have these $67, $97 offers. It's like every single month they're launching another new offer that's a workshop or something like that. And you're hoodwinked by this, and you're like, oh my God, that would just sound so easy. I wouldn't have to do discovery calls. I wouldn't have to do big launches. I could just have these really accessible, in air quotes, products. And then, I can see that these people are making like $1 million. I need to do that. Well, there's a story behind that. The $27 offer or the $67 offer that you see is like the tip of the iceberg, because those offers are not designed to create any kind of profit in your business. And I know that you want to be profitable. So there's two low ticket models. One is the $27 offer. You've probably seen this through Facebook ads. And this is what's called a self-liquidating offer. What that means is the money you put in, it's meant to liquidate your ad spend. The money you put into Facebook ads, it's designed to just break even. Why would anyone run a business just to break even? Newsflash, you would not. You want to make profit, like you want to pay yourself, right? And I know that it feels low lift to be like, low commitment, low emotional investment, low support for people to be able to say, I'm just going to release this $27 product that's going to feel, it's safe. It's not going to feel uncomfortable. I'm not going to really have to put myself out there. Maybe I can continue to play a little bit smaller and not put in as much effort to do that. Maybe you've been burnt by your launches before because they haven't panned out well, but they're just designed to offset your ad spend. So that's not the only product that you will have in your business if you decide to have a $27, $17, $47 offer in your business. They're actually incredibly complex. I would say that if we looked at very low ticket, mid ticket, which is like your signature online program, potentially up to high ticket, the hardest is the low ticket products. They're actually one of the most advanced business models out there, which is why these days I very rarely mess around with them. When you purchase one of these programs, what you're going to do is you're going to be served generally via Facebook ads. It's going to be incredibly difficult to drive the number of people you need to a sales page for one of those programs. I once saw someone who is a big name in the industry have a 20% conversion rate on one of those programs when it first launched. But typically you're going to be looking at 3 to about maximum 6% conversion. So you need to drive 100 people to the sales page in order to get 3 sales. And newsflash, 3 sales at $27 is less than $100. So for the majority of people, that's a lot of people visiting a sales page for less than $100. So what you will have, and when you have these products, you're actually going to go through up to 50 iterations of the product mix, the Facebook ads, the messaging, all of that, plural, before you reach the one that's actually doing what you want it to do, which is break even. So that means once per week, you need to change that. It's only going to be, if you did it only once per week, towards the end of the year that you might actually be breaking even, doing, what you need to do with this product mix. So it's advanced, right? So if you are beginner, early stages, don't fuck with it, right? You want to start with your signature program, and that's either going to be mid-ticket, so starting at about $400 or $500, right up to high ticket. My signature program really is my mastermind, and that starts at 5,500 USD. So that's what you're going to be looking at. So if you have one of these $27 funnels, this is what you're going to see. At the checkout, you're going to have one of those tick boxes, flashing boxes where you tick a box, and that's called a bump offer. That's going to be like tools and templates or something quick winny, and that's going to be about $17. All right. So you go to the checkout for your $27 product. At the checkout, there's this like glowing button that says, add this to cart. That's your bump offer. That's going to be maybe $17. It's fairly formulaic. Then what you will do is after you make that purchase, in one of these funnels, typically what will happen is the thank you page will direct to another offer. And that is called a one-time offer. It's going to be to another higher priced product. And sometimes people will have like 3 and 4 OTOs, one-time offers, as the thank you page. So you'll go through the checkout, you'll click on a button if you want to add on these tools and templates. Then the thank you page will say, well, would you also like this one-time offer? If someone clicks away from the page, they'll never have the opportunity to purchase that again. And that could be $77, $197. I've even seen $297 before. And then you might get served 2 or 3. So it's this whole iceberg effect of add-ons to that $27 offer. And it's ninja. It's awesome. Then what it will do is sometimes even just that part breaks even or even loses money a little bit. But what it's designed to do is build your email list to get people into your signature program. So what you want and what you want to start with is the signature program. You want to make that profitable. You want that to be $100,000, $500,000, $1 million. And then you can mess around with these lower ticket offers because they require so much work. So until your signature program is selling, doing what you want it to do, I recommend don't even start with these products because they're complex. And at best, all of these cascading like tick-ons and add-ons and things like that are going to get a 2 times return on ad spend, which is where you put in $1 and you'll get back $2. And well, let's not sneeze at that, but let's also recognize the work that goes into that. Now, the other thing that I've seen is that there's these $67 type workshops, and these people are earning, like have $1 million businesses from these, like they'll post on Instagram. A lot of what they're doing is this ManyChat, comment this word, and then I'll send you the link. And it's like a $67 offer. What that's designed to be is this ecosystem of offers that, again, like they're very heavy on cross sells, upsells, and things like that. So you will purchase one, there will almost always be a bump offer. And then it will be this thing of they'll be trying to get you into all of the offers to try and build that up and build that up and build that up. So there's never one product. There's always a bunch of products. And the other thing is that these are people who, number one, are punching out a lot of Instagram posts and content, but also number 2, have really big followings and audiences who are really engaged. So if you have a very small audience, if you are just getting started and you start with a $27 offer, a $67 offer, what it's going to look like is a lot of work, a lot of iterations, and a lot of grit before you even start to get any kind of traction or real revenue in your business. Versus if you start with a signature program that is $497 or $997, you just need 2 sales at $997 in order to make $2,000 from your business. You're going to be profitable far faster when you have something like a signature program.
There's one question I've been asked more than anything else, and it's this. Robin, how do you get so much done in such a short period of time? Because I've never had the luxury of being able to work in my business and hustle those 40 to 60 hour weeks. It's all been between nap times, a 9 to 5, or the school run. And from my 2nd year in business and ever since, we've had 6-figure plus years. So this is it. I've put together for you my entire weekly work schedule, my to-do list, and everything I do in my business to help give you the tips, insights, and strategies to help you thrive as a business owner in part-time hours. It's called 16-Hour CEO, and it's a value-packed PDF that takes you behind the scenes in my business. Want a copy? It is totally free and it's at launcheasylife.com/CEO. That's launcheasylife.com/CEO. All right, let's dive back into the episode.
The other thing that I've seen and personally experienced, which is major, is that low ticket offers can and do sometimes sabotage ascension into your signature program. So if you're someone who has a signature program, but also has a front facing low ticket offer, it's designed to be able to get people into your signature program. But often what I see and what we experience behind the scenes is that people will purchase the lower ticket offer and then they might not be that emotionally invested in like taking the action and then be like, meh, well, I've already purchased this and haven't completed it. Or they'll perceive that the transformation within that signature program or within that lower ticket program, it kind of solves a similar product to what they have. So they're like, well, I've already got this program, so I'm just going to stick with that at the same. So if the messaging and the content is similar, that's where it's going to kill conversions into your signature program. If you are spending whatever, 10, 20, 30, 40 hours per week in your business and not earning enough revenue to be able to pay yourself, at the start of your business, obviously it's a different case. But if you've been doing this for 2 years and not earning any money in order to be able to pay yourself, then why are you doing it? And it's very hard to sustain the energy and the love and the sustenance in a business. And if you're offering $27 products, that's what it's going to feel like. It's very, very hard to do that if you've been doing it for 2 years and not seen any kind of return that has allowed you to pay yourself, even if it's just $500 a month, to the point that you will burn out and quit. So you can't be a martyr for your business. At some point, you need to be able to pay yourself, because otherwise what's going to happen is you will end up quitting and then not helping anyone in the world. And that's the reality. So you never want to rush to create low ticket offers in your business. I much prefer to have a lead magnet that just leads people into the waitlist for my signature program. We launch 4 times a year and we just keep it so easy, rather than trying to solve a different problem or solving a similar problem and hoping people ascend and then they don't. And then all you have is the product that breaks even and you're not getting any kind of additional revenue that allows you to pay yourself from the signature program. So when we talk about these $67 offers and these $27 offers, the thing that you need to consider is that conversion rates really don't change that dramatically between, let's say, an offer that's $67 and an offer that's $2,000 if the messaging is on point. And a lot of these $67 offers as well are evergreen type offers. So you'll have to have urgency in that. Maybe it's a live workshop and there's a deadline ticking to get people into that offer. Evergreen, which means it's always for sale, versus live launching, which means you do doors open, doors closed. Evergreen funnels have about half the conversion rate of a live launch. So you're also competing when you have those $67, $97 offers with the lack of urgency for people. And you also need to keep it interesting and fresh by continuing to be a slave to new offers. There is no such thing as passive income. So choose your own adventure. You can absolutely create leveraged income, but passive income, unless what it is you just put your money into shares, that doesn't really exist. So I filter every decision in my business through the lens of peace and profit decision. I ask myself, is this the easiest path to the life that I want and the business that I want and the goals that I have? Is this the easiest path? Is this the quickest path? And is this the most probable path? So if the goal that you have is, let's say it's just to make $100,000 in your business with a 50% wages margin. So I want to make $100,000 and I want $50,000 wages, and that's what I want in my life. And I want to work 10 hours per week. That is completely doable. What is the easiest path to get to $100,000? If you ask me, I'm always going to tell you it's a signature program that is time leveraged. I created 6 figures in 6 hours per week with that exact model. Is this the quickest path? I would argue that a $27, $67 offer, either of those business models are honestly not the quickest path to $100,000. They're actually a lot of sales in order to reach that revenue mark. And is this the most probable path? I would suggest that no. The people who are making $1 million from really low ticket offers are mostly unicorns. They are the exception rather than the rule. Whereas when you create something that is like a signature program that's at a mid to higher ticket price that is time leveraged, you are so much likely to hit your revenue goal faster with a lot more ease. And it's a lot more probable that you will achieve it with that kind of pricing and revenue model. In almost every scenario, lower ticket programs are not the easiest, quickest, and most probable path. So if you have the goal to make $100,000, quit your 9 to 5, get $50,000 wages into your business, lower ticket offers are not going to be the way that you will get there. So number 2, the other reason why being accessible is killing your business is that you're coming across as poor quality. So here's the best way that I know to explain this. Let me know how are you going to let me know this is a podcast? Think in your head about what you think when I tell you these scenarios. Number 1, you need brain surgery. So you shop around. You're like, which brain surgeon am I going to go to? This is important. Most brain surgeons in town are $100,000. But then you meet Dr. Bob, who says he can do your brain surgery for $1,000, just $1,000. What do you think when you think about that? Are you going to go to Dr. Bob, who's $1,000, when everyone else is $100,000? Probably not. Let's say I have a shop and I sell handbags, and you walk into my shop, you want a really beautiful handbag, and I say, well, I've got this Louis Vuitton handbag. It's perfectly normal and it's perfectly legit. It's only $10. What would you think? You would think I was an absolute liar. There's no way a brand new, legit Louis Vuitton handbag would be $10. Let's say you walk into the supermarket and you see organic raspberries selling for $1, when normally organic raspberries are like $8. What do you think when they're $1? Do you think these are the old raspberries, or these are clearly not organic and they're lying to me? That's what you look like when you say to someone, I have this really, really great, incredible product, but I'm making it accessible. People are going to think, it can't be actually that great. What's also going to happen is that you're going to inevitably attract the non-ideal client. And what you are also going to do is get a low commitment from people. They're going to have a low emotional commitment to taking your program, to doing the work, to changing their lives. This generally, not everyone, it actually becomes this cycle. You attract the wrong people, while all the really great Cloud 9 clients, the ones who would be dreamy, do the work and get the results, walk on by to other providers who they believe can get a better result, i.e. the people who have a signature program or a higher ticket program. The people who then join, especially because they're not the right people, because you've charged a really low price, there's just not that level of attention / commitment. So I think it was James Wedmore who once said, when they pay attention. And we do, right? You best believe that everyone who joins the mastermind is kicked into high gear to get results in their business and do the work, because the investment is there and we're there ready to support them. If people don't have to put their money where their mouth is and really commit to making change in their lives, and then don't get the results you promised, you are killing your business. You're not getting the testimonials, you're not getting the revenue, you're not getting the right people in your programs. What you want to be is the business who has an incredible product that inspires and motivates your Cloud 9 clients to join and do the work to get the results. That comes from a signature product and framework. The next one is when you are too accessible, you're leaving no room to pay yourself. And as I said before, When you're not paying yourself enough in your business, you will get burnt out really quickly. That's not to sugarcoat business and say that you could make $1 million in 6 months as a likely scenario. No, getting started with your business, you have to accept that that's going to take time. I'm pretty sure it's a hard pill that we all swallow at some point, and that it's going to take as long as it takes, which is probably longer than you originally anticipated. But if you are not paying yourself enough in your business for an extended amount of time, you are going to burn out and eventually quit. Maybe you're starting your business, you're working a 9 to 5, maybe you are hustling between nap times and you just don't want to go back to work because, I don't know, childcare, you want to be with your kids. If the revenue isn't there, if your husband is shouting, where's the money? And this has been going on for like 2-3 years, what inevitably happens is you see all of this work you're putting in for an unequal return on investment. You will become resentful. You will become burnt out. You will inevitably ghost and then quit. If you are not willing to put in a couple of years to build your business, go ahead and just donate some money to charity already. But if you want to be rewarded in your business and earn better than corporate wages, you cannot be messing about with, like $10 books or $27 courses or offering one-to-one services for like £30. When you're rewarded for your business and it's worth your emotional and time investment, your effort, your energy, you have the motivation and the financial support to continue and to grow. And that's just the reality. Number 4 is the reason why being accessible is killing your business is because you're not leaving yourself any room to expand with ads or team. If you have the dream to impact the world and grow at all levels, not just financially, then the number one way to do that is to have enough wriggle room in your budget to not just pay yourself, but to also invest in advertising. And honestly, that is the dream. When I have clients who start running ads, they're like, oh my God, this is a miracle because I don't have to hustle as hard on social media. I don't have to show up all the time. I can be, maybe you operate your business according to your cycle, or maybe you're neurodiverse. Maybe you have a chronic illness. Maybe, I don't know, just different. Maybe your human design dictates that there are going to be some times when you just don't have it in you at all to show up. You need rest time then built into your business. And one of the best ways to do that is to have a team or run ads. When people run ads in my mastermind, they're like, oh, this is like the best thing ever. I think ads are like my hardest working employee. They will work 24/7 for me. They will go out and actively get leads. They will always be optimizing. They will give me the most detailed reports whenever I want. Hardest working employee in my business. And I get to pay them as much or as little as I want. You need wriggle room. So in order to be able to do that, you need to be charging a fee and providing value that allows you to be able to do that and pay yourself. So therefore, when you have a signature program, rather than, like an accessible program, you get to be able to do that. And you get to invest in resources that are going to help you grow. You're going to stop going around and around on the merry-go-round of lots of doing and getting the same or even declining results. If you're only charging an accessible price, you're just going to be struggling to be profitable in your business. And if you're emotionally struggling through everything that I am saying today, one of the most empowering concepts I've learned in business, which has helped me grow so much, is to actually be okay with leaving money on the table and make peace with not having products and services that are for everyone. And again, let me give you another example just from today. One of the people who has taken my free 3-day signature program bootcamp, where I've delivered, I have taught in this, has written me an email that she's outraged about the price of my program and said it's unfair that I have all this money and that I don't offer her a scholarship. I'm okay with leaving money on the table and for my programs and products to not be right for everyone, because you can be as accessible as you want in the world, But there are always going to be some people who just expect you to give everything for free. And the reality is that if I gave everything for free, I would quit and then not be able to give anything for free. The more that I deliver in my business in terms of value and programs, the more I'm able to run things like Signature Program Bootcamp for free, the more I am able to launch this podcast. Again, in this episode, I have taught you for free. Maybe it's a YouTube channel that you can launch, right? So for me, I know that my most accessible price in my business is free. And I actively invest my time, energy, money, resources, team into providing free teaching for everyone. If you go into my Instagram, if you listen to this podcast, you will know that I'm so committed to providing actual value and actual teaching. I record this podcast 1 to 2 times per week. I email my list at least once per week. I provide exceptional value in every single free lead magnet that I have, and I show up with free value every single day on social media. Every day, I am sharing knowledge with the most accessible product, free products. And therefore, for the right Cloud9 clients, the people who are ready, who do see the value, and who are emotionally committed to getting results in my business, are able to, if they wish to, purchase my products and services. And I am at peace with not being accessible for everyone because I provide so much free value and content. And in doing that, I get to continue because I get to pay myself a really great wage. I have the energy to show up. I have the resources to provide that free content. And I get to continue on and grow and expand my business, to grow and expand my knowledge, to deliver exceptional results to my clients, and to be accessible in the capacity of free to the people who cannot afford to work with me. And that, my friend, is how I feel really great about leaving money on the table and not being super accessible. Because being accessible is how long is a piece of string. There is always going to be someone who won't be able to afford your products and services, and you can still impact and change the world by supporting your world with free products and services. But if you're not remunerated to do that, that's when you'll quit. And if everybody quit and everybody was super, super accessible, then guess what? There would be no one changing the world. So as you have heard, the doors are open to my program, Launch Easier Life. It is where we go right from like A to Z, step by step, and help you create your lead magnets, sell your first signature program, put together your first signature program, and then launch like a freaking boss. If that sounds like the business model that you want in your business, check out the show notes below and we would love to have you. And just one more thing as well. If you love my free content, aka this podcast, I would be ever so grateful if you could leave a rating or a review, either on Spotify or Apple, which you're probably listening to on right now. If you could take a moment to just stop, literally spend 1 minute letting other people know that this is a valuable podcast. What that does is it then shares with Apple, Spotify audiences that this is a podcast that is valuable. So I would be ever so grateful if you could take just 1 minute to leave a rating and review if you find this podcast helpful. Thank you so much for listening, and I cannot wait to catch you next week.
Another episode on the books. If you'd like to continue the conversation and get more super saveable tips, come and find me on Instagram at Robin Birkin. Otherwise, make sure you're subscribed, and I can't wait to see you next week.